Alright, let's move on to the next one. How do you manage configuration settings across different environments in a .NET Core application?
That's a great question. Configuration management is something I've dealt with a lot, especially while working on enterprise-grade applications where we had separate environments like development, QA, UAT, and production. In .NET Core, I typically use a layered configuration approach. It starts with a base appsettings.json file for default values. Then, depending on the environment, the framework automatically loads additional files like app settings in production and development environment. Let me walk you through a real scenario. In a logistics application I worked on recently, we had different API keys and database connection strings for each environment. To handle this cleanly, we set the environment name using an environment variable called .NET Core environment. Based on this value, .NET Core picked the corresponding configuration file. Now, for accessing those config values, we use the built-in iConfiguration interface. And thanks to .NET Core's built-in dependency injection, we injected it into the services that needed it. But storing sensitive values in JSON files, definitely a no-go. For secrets like API tokens or database credentials, we used Azure Key Vault. In local development, we relied on user secrets. That way, the secrets never went into source control or config files. During our CI/CD pipeline in Azure DevOps, we injected secrets and environment-specific values as environment variables. These values would override any config file settings, giving us one more layer of control. What I liked about this setup was that it allowed us to maintain a single code base, while the behavior of the application changed automatically depending on where it was deployed, without requiring any manual changes to the code or config files. This approach made deployments safer and much more manageable across teams and environments.